USA regain the trophy this year. Well, Europe have 1 point on the board already, a low-scoring team game, and Europe have just come out on top. So Europe just in front at the start of this year's tournament, and it's time for our first singles match of the evening and of the tournament. Let's head over to your commentators, Cass Edwards and Simon Golding.
So Europe 1 up, but a long, long way to go. But this man had a hand in it. Martin "Lucky" Larsen, the Swede, who was just so good last year for Team Europe in that big, big comeback, helping in the Baker to get the first point on the board. But he's up against a legend, so he needs to get off to a solid start. And does so. No change then from Larsen. Straight into the pocket, all 10 down, and he looks very, very comfortable on this particular pattern.
Great looking shot from Martin Larsen. Carried straight on from the Baker game where he got 3 strikes, and that one makes it number 4. Great looking shot, and pressure straight away back on the legend, which is Parker Bohn.
Look on most player profiles and they'll list Parker Bohn as one of their heroes. The left-hander then. Superb start from him. He would have been just a little nervous about that because he didn't look too good in the Baker, but this is where he wants to play. And Cass, he'll be playing here on this side of the lane, all on his own, for the next 3 days.
Being the only left-hander, he will have the all at his side on the left-hand side of the lane. There will be nobody else playing out in that area to move it around. He'll be on his own. And so I'm anticipating some big games from Parker Bohn.
Solid start from both men. Still on the 300 maximum. Be done. You can just see the way that Larsen is engineering that ball into the pocket. Real precision from him.
You also see the way that the ball is sitting up and holding its line. Fantastic rotational, but it's the lane oil that's holding its line until it gets to about 45 feet, and then it will turn left for the right-hander. Parker will be hoping to do the same as he did in the last frame and hook it to the right.
Yeah, mirror image from the 52-year-old from New Jersey. 34 PBA career titles to his name. And Cass, that puts him right up there on the all-time list.
Yeah, he's joint fifth on the list of all-time wins in the American Tour, the PBA. He's been on the tour for 30 years. Hall of Famer. He's won the Masters, the PBA World Championship. You name it, he's won it. And yes, 104 300 games under his belt. And I'm just wondering if he's looking to make another one.
Very nice from Larsen, makes it a turkey. 3 in a row. I can't believe you've gone to the 300 game already, Cass. Goodness me.
Simon, I was just going to say, this is what the guys like. They're now into a full game. No messing around, no 2 frames or 3 frames. They've got 10 frames each. They can get into it. They're both on top of their game. Martin Larsen had a 300 in the Philippines a couple of weeks ago in a big tournament down there, so he's well lined up.
3 from 3 for Larsen, 2 from 2 for this man. And he makes it a triple as well. So 2 turkeys, and I mean that with the greatest of respect down there on the lane.
Yeah, Parker's ball hits that down lane marker. Just rides up into the pocket, carries all 10 pins. He's very happy now. And Larsen, keep it going.
Yeah, we've already had 1 game bowled on this lane. It was on the fresh oil, so there will be a change as the games move through. The 36-year-old from Sweden. Those 2 PBA 300 games shows that he can bowl the maximum under pressure. Lovely stuff. Larsen, 4-bagger. He's enjoying this.
This is just great to see, Simon. He's carrying on from where he was last year. And it's a great lane condition, as you say. It's had 1 game already bowled on it, so there could well be some movement in the oil, which may be holding the ball out a little bit further or allowing it to hook up more. But at the moment, Lucky Larsen has got it absolutely taped.
The man from New Jersey. Over 100 maximums. Some record. And he's the first man to blink. Parker Bohn leaves 2 standing. See the damage it does to the score straight away, down to a potential 278.
Someone was saying he's playing catch-up all the time because Larsen's striking every time he stands up. And Parker Bohn had to do the same. He's left 2 pins right-hand side of the lane, the 6 and the 10, which he takes away very easily. But as you say, drops that score down to a potential maximum of 278.
There we go, through 4 frames. And Martin Larsen will be feeling very good for Europe. Plenty of support in for Europe, as you would expect here on home soil in Barnsley, but we've also got a little enclave of US fans as well that turn out each year to cheer the team on. They've been unhappy for the last 2 years because Europe have dominated. Yeah, good work. This is great bowling from Martin Larsen.
Absolutely locked and loaded on that right-hand side of the lane. Gets to the break point, ball turns left, hits the 1-3 pins and takes all 10 away. You can't do better than that. 5 strikes in a row. And Martin Larsen now. Parker Bohn is going to be playing catch-up here. He's got to stay with Larsen while he's hot.
And he is very hot. Those are 5 very classy strikes, not a glimmer of a pin staying up. Bohn needs to find it again. Yes, well, only he will know whether that was just an adjustment problem with the last delivery. But he's certainly made the change and it's worked again.
Fabulous rotation on this ball, high on the head pin. Hits the 1-2 and carries all 10. Great looking shot. Back on for Parker Bohn. Martin Larsen looking to put more pressure back on the left-hander.
This is high quality bowling in this pressure cooker atmosphere at the Weber Cup. 6-pack for the Swede.
Making the game look rather simple at the moment. He's taking advantage of the rather good lane condition. The lane all is holding up nicely for him. He's getting to the break point and it's doing exactly what he wants him to do. Both these players play on the PBA tour, so they are friends, they know one another's game. Martin's averaged 217 for the whole of the last PBA season, over 150 games. Parker Bohn's back on, and another 2 strikes, 5 out of 6. But Parker's average over the last 150 games on the tour in the United States is a fantastic 226. There you can see the condition of the oil. It goes down 40 feet. 4.2 to 1 on the ratio means that the centre of the lane has got just over 4 times as much oil in the centre of the lane than it has on the right or the left-hand side, on the outside. So that's why the guys are staying wide, not playing down the centre of the lane. They're looking for the least oil on the outside of the lane and getting the biggest reaction. Oh, look at that! Lucky Larsen, come on!
7 in a row for Larsen. That's the first fortunate strike. And he will have clocked how the oil pattern has changed now. So he's going to have to make an adjustment when he steps up again. But these are the breaks you need in 10-pin bowling. All 10 go down when possibly one could have stayed.
A job well done, Martin. They do say in most 300s there's one lucky one. Well, Lucky Larsen's just had a fortunate strike. Pressure back on Bohn.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
3 in a row.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the pressure on Larsen. He's trying to at least ask some questions. Parker Bohn, welcome to the Weber Cup, young man.
Well, he's seen it all before. And as a senior player, he's, as I say, been on the tour for many, many years. He has seen it all before. But he wants to get the point for the team. 278 may not be enough. Larsen's going to go all the way.
Yeah,
and the way he looks at the moment, there's no reason why not.
That would be sensational. Larsen then, slightly slower rhythm here. Oh, it's left the 10. A flat 10 then from Larsen means that the run comes to an end, and now we've got a game on our hands because Bohn is still striking.
Well, that's right, Simon, yes. Just a little bit low on speed, I think, on this one. Didn't quite make the pocket, but the ball has deflected onto the 3-pin, which has gone back. It's pushed the 4-pin to the right, and it's just laid in the gutter, which is why the 10-pin standing. It's all to do with the ball deflection. A straightforward spare in the corner there, and his score drops to a maximum 279. So if they both strike out, Martin will still win just by that solitary pin.
Fantastic crowd, sell-out crowd here in Barnsley for the first session. That's how much the Webber Cup has captured the imagination of the bowling fans. But Parker Bohn now knows he's back in this one. Just a single pin in those potential maximums. Looking for Turkey here, 3 in a row. Might be 4 in a row, but it isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. So Parker Bohn wanders away. He's let Larsen off the hook again.
Well, that's right, yes. Whether it was an errant shot or whether he's had some reaction on the outside of the lane, he's just inside his mark there on that rangefinder, and it's high through the head pin. And it didn't break up those 4 and a 7 on the left-hand side, which is a straightforward spare for him. He'll do that with his eyes shut all day long. Unfortunately, his score goes backwards.
Yes, it does. Plummets to a potential 256 maximum. So Bohn chosen as the lead-off man in the singles by Team USA's captain Tommy Jones. At the moment, failing to deliver. Now, will we see Larsen just pick up that pace into the pocket again? That's a bit more of a firm throw, and that means the ball holds its angle into the 1-3 pocket and down goal 10 again.
Sweet spot right between the 1 and the 3 pin, carries all 10 yet again for Martin Larsen, who remains on a maximum 279. A great looking game, and it's only the second game of the tournament.
Slightly dejected looking Parker Bohn once again strolls away from the foul line. He was talking before this game about writing himself into the Webber Cup history books.
Well, I think Parker actually prefers to play on a drier lane, so this is the second game. It may well be that the third game up should be his slot, but it's just a matter of seeing how he goes here. He's got the 3 and the 9-pin sleeper, 1 pin behind the other.
It's not easy. He's made it look easy. But a huge deficit now. And Martin Larsen with the advantage. Going to try and get this one across the line for a second point for Team Europe. So into the final frame for the Swedes. Started strongly.
Just needs the mark, a spare or a strike. And this game's wrapped up.
And once again, he does it in style. Been asked to deliver twice in a row so far at this Webber Cup. And we're only in the second game. And Martin Larsen says, it's my pleasure to do so. Brilliant bowling from the Swede.
Certainly enjoying himself. Had the 1 lucky strike and has finished in style. He's got 2 bonus balls, but this game's all over. Parker Bohn's been beaten.
Hey, Martin just saying to the crowd, hang on, you've gone quiet. They don't need much encouragement here in Barnsley. Just a little tester there, a bit of experimentation, seeing how far out he can go on that lane oil and come back again. Not able to get back to the pocket. Apologies from Larsen.
Yeah, he just upped his speed a little bit off the wrist like that. The ball went out wide. Don't worry about that.
No, indeed. Nothing for the Team USA fans to cheer about just at the moment. Parker Bohn then. I always think this is the toughest part of the game. You still have to step up and finish things off. Get all the relevant marks in all the frames. And that's another unfortunate one for Parker.
I've got a feeling he knew the game was finished. I think he was just experimenting slightly out there. Went a bit wider just to see what reaction he would get in the back end. But as you can see, shot straight through the 2 pin there, missed the head pin totally.
Yeah, left a bit of bad dentistry, as the Americans call it. Slides it across the side, but can't take him down. It's another open frame, but it's irrelevant. And a quick shake of the hands. One of the superstars, one of the legends of this sport of 10-pin bowling, has come to the Weber Cup to try his luck and finds that it's Lucky Larsen that has all the answers. 265 beats 216. Martin Larsen puts another point in the bank for the Blues, and Europe lead by 2-0.